Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
Live from the 62nd Annual Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center in downtown Houston, Texas. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Bad Chad from Bad Chad Customs, along with Jolene behind the scenes over there taking video. We also are going to look at some of the stories making automotive news headlines a little bit later on in this segment. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
And back behind me back here, we have David Ainsley, our chief engineer. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Bad Chad from Nova Scotia. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
How's the weather up there and how's the weather down here? Any different?
A little bit.
A little?
Yeah. I kind of noticed the rain when I got here, how we weren't allowed to land the plane. I was thinking if it was Nova Scotia and it was snowing, they say, come on in, come on in. It was just
Snow soft,
yeah,
you know?
It was kind of different.
Well, I have to tell you that I am a huge fan of your show.
Yep.
Cool.
And if I had one complaint, it would be I don't know when it's on. And I know that from rumor has it that you're not actually doing the broadcast on Motor Trend Television anymore. What we see today are reruns, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true.
And you've moved over to YouTube and Facebook and have more audience there than you had before.
That's
we
cool.
do.
Yeah. How does that?
Well, the TV thing kind of, when COVID hit, kind of struck us. It struck it hard. We didn't want to continue the contract after COVID. The 35 days to build a car was getting stressful on me.
Really? Wow,
and I didn't really want
because
that.
of their production time? The TV?
Well, on our show, everything was real when it come to finding the car and building the car. I basically had 3 weeks to build a car from junk to paint.
Oh my gosh.
I had my son that never done a car before. I had a mechanic from a dealership, and I had a wood guy that was a friend of mine. And we tried to build a car in 35 days. We built 14 of them in 14 months. I was proud of the accomplishment, but I had enough.
No kidding.
That's got to be a push.
Yeah, it was. It didn't make a happy Chad. It was a bad Chad.
What were you doing? Putting in 20 hours a day?
Basically, from sun up to sundown, I was out in the shop trying to get it done, basically.
And you have a small shop in comparison to some of the other shops that we see on television.
Yeah, it's exactly like I say on the YouTube channel. It's not the shop that builds the cars; it's the hands.
Yeah,
you can have the biggest shop in the world, and I can build the exact same car in a square box.
Let's get back to your beginnings. Have you always been a car guy?
I have, as a young person. You always look up to the guy that's got the cool car, basically. Yeah. And I was that guy. I always wanted to have a nice car. I just couldn't afford it.
Now, are you from where you are?
I am from where I am.
We all are.
Yeah.
We're from here.
We're from here, yeah.
Yeah. I lived in Canning, Nova Scotia all my life. I've never moved, never went anywhere. Never had the means to. I just had to make ends meet. And basically that's where what I say is you build with what you have and what you got and do the best you can and work on will and want. And I got a lot of will and want. So that's how it started.
And how old were you when you started building customs?
I met Gene Winfield in 2008.
Gotcha.
I worked on cars before that, but it was always to clean them up, take the rust off them, put them back the way they were, and go from there. But when I met Gene, he made a sail panel on a Riviera with a piece of round rod and a sheet of metal, and I was thinking, wow. I like that.
I can do that.
Yeah. And it just went from there. It just took off.
Well, we're truly amazed at your talent.
Well,
I mean,
thank you.
You really are a very talented guy. And the visions that you have, I don't know where they come from, but, man, I'll tell you what, I'll eat whatever you're eating.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, like, what I have around me is where the vision usually ends or goes. I use what I have. So, basically, if I have something, I'm looking at other things I have. How can I put these together, or how can I do this?
Resourceful.
Yeah, I try not to open a catalog to buy something.
Right.
I always think first, can I make it? Can I
Or
build
do
it?
I have it here in the shop
Yeah,
already?
exactly. and that's the way I work.
Yeah, but you still got to have a certain amount of creativity and a vision when you look at something. Because I used to do a lot of photography with cars and stuff, and it was really easy enough, particularly once we went to digital from film, to technically get a good picture. But the composition and the idea of how you're going to frame it, and so you've got to have a certain amount of creativity that a lot of us don't have to be able to do the things you do.
Okay.
Or at least see what you want to do.
Yes, but like I tell everybody, like as a person, what kind of person you want to be, you watch other people and you take from them what you want to be, and you become your own person generally. And what I do is I take from everybody else what everybody else is doing with their cars, and I take what I like and I throw away the rest. And then I basically, when I'm building something, I generally know what I like and what I don't like.
Right.
So that's what I do. I like on the YouTube station, I say take what you like and throw away what you don't, and enjoy. You know,
I've been showing cars since 1977.
Yes.
And one of the things that I learned at my first Autorama that I showed my car at was, man, I like the way that guy did that. And I'll take that vision and I'll say, but I want mine to be just a little bit different than that, and go from there. And that's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
You just move it around just a little bit, change it up a little bit, and make it yours.
Exactly.
I'm a very simple, plain guy. I don't like a lot of stuff on my car. I like a good set of wheels on it. I don't like a lot of flames and all that other stuff.
I agree.
And there were very few people that were doing that when I started in 77. And that's really kind of the same thought process that you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Steal from the other guys.
Well,
whatever works for you.
It's creativity. You gotta be creative with it.
What on the automobile has not been done?
Well, that's right.
What has not been done?
I'm
that,
sure
you
there's
know,
some things.
I mean, let's. I mean, 24-inch wheels. Well, they made 30-inch wheels back in the 20s. You know what I mean? They already had an electric car. It's like, for example, King Diggs door handles. They were done in the 60s, in the 50s. You know, I mean, like it's all been done. So basically, we're taking from the past and making it the future again.
You mentioned electric. Is there any plans or visions for electric for you, or to do something,
I would
or
do
modify? Or?
I would do something like that for sure.
Okay.
It's just kind of not available to me yet. It's not available for me. Also, I've been talking to a few people about the electric cars, and a lot of people from Nova Scotia come to, say, Florida they call them snowbirds, I guess.
Right.
It would take them a month to get to Florida because they have to charge up,
or a real long extension cord, one of the two.
Exactly. Like so, it's odd where we're going and what people think what's going to happen, but I would build an electric car for sure.
If you need an alternator, a rebuilt alternator, where do you have to go in your neck of the woods to go? You have one locally?
We have a tractor dealership that there's usually a couple guys that can rebuild alternators. So you just take it there and they'll rebuild it for you. Yeah. Basically, I would take an alternator off something else and make a bracket and make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a show, and I can't remember the name of it, that is another Canadian show where these guys are really out in the woods and they have nothing. So whatever it is that they need, they go to a junk pile at the back of somebody's houses and rummage through that and make it work. Maybe it's Alaska. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But whatever the case may be. So that's kind of what you've been doing.
I do a lot of that. Yes, I do. Like I take parts from other cars. I marry cars on top of cars. I cut cars in half. I just try to keep it interesting. But like when I say if I cut a car in half, we did a Cadillac, it's called. We cut it in half and made a two-door roadster out of it. I used the back window on the front because the back window was shorter. It just looked nicer. But I took the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird's a two-seater roadster car. Why not make the Cadillac look like that? So I just chopped it in half and kind of give it that short look, and it really turned out.
Just chop it in half.
Yeah, just chop it in half.
Well, where did you learn your cutting and welding skills?
Through failure.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I learned.
Self-taught.
That's how I learn everything,
Yeah, that's
through
a pretty
failure.
Cool answer. Good answer.
I've messed up a lot of stuff, basically.
As we all have.
Well, that's how you learn is failure.
Yes.
If you don't fail, you're not learning, because there's no learning process in winning all the time. Failure is how you learn. But basically, when I'm welding stuff like that, if I make a problem area or I call it a boo-boo, Bob Ross would say a happy little tree. When I make a wrong cut, I will grab a coat hanger and a MIG welder. I do that a lot, and it's just something that necessity. I need to fill that big hole, but I want to keep going forward after I've just mess something up.
Let me overcome this to get to the next.
That's what I find that I'm really good at, is overcoming things, because I can build something very quick. Like, I can make a car into a truck in less than 30 days by myself, and it's not, I can do it quickly.
What do you have in the shop today?
Wow.
I'm doing a 35 four-door Dodge car, and I've turned it into a pickup, and I've got 12 days in it, and I've got it almost licked. And I'm making the box. I made the cab. I made basically everything.
It's going to be like a 4-door truck?
No, two-door. Just made a 2-door pickup out of it. I chopped the back of it off and took the back window and put it on the back of the car, or the back of the truck now. I made the back cab corners themselves, the upper cab corners, out of the trunk. I made the quarters and the cab corners from scratch. I made the rockers from scratch. And that's what I do on YouTube every day, is I fab that stuff in real time to show people how it's done. So basically I do one fabrication move per day in an hour. So if Bob Ross paints a picture in an hour, I make sure, or try to make sure, that I can make the complete cab corner in an hour, from cutting it to fitting it to welding it, to show how it's done.
Without practicing, rehearsing, or making mistakes.
Or cutting corners.
You just do it all right there in the hour.
Exactly. So basically I'm trying to show people what I can do in real time so they know what's going on. We don't cut nothing. We don't fake nothing. If I make a mistake, it's called reality.
Or a boo-boo.
Yeah, or a boo-boo. Happy little tree.
So when you say doing it in real time, I mean, are you live streaming it, or are you recording it and then?
We record every day.
Okay.
Jolene films me every day. We've been doing it for 2 years now, every day. Haven't missed
Wow.
a day. And we just build cars. So last month I took a 4-door Pontiac and turned it into a 2-door coupe with fades on it, and I Frenched the headlights and did the whole body. And now we're doing a truck. We'll have that done in a couple of days, and then we're going to move on to something else. We just continuously build things.
Now, this is with your team also.
No.
They're part of it, or just you?
Just me.
You are the team.
Well, no.
Kind of-
Jolene's the team. I'm just the guy that builds the cars.
And I asked her if she's got her Christmas shopping done, and she said no. So
Well, we work quite a bit. We work every day. Like, we film every day. We don't take off Saturday, Sunday. Every day is the same. We film every day, and we like it.
What is this, kind of like a holiday for you to come down here and do this show?
Basically.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
we're still working. I mean,
Yes.
we're still working.
Clearly,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we what can I say? I think we're revolutionizing the car world. In our world on social media is kind of, I don't want to hate to say it, but it's taking over, really. I mean, let's face it.
It is.
We whether everybody knows it or not, we get more views than the Discovery and all the car shows put together.
wow.
Nice.
No,
So
I would-
basically,
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
we are the Kardashians of the car world.
Well, maybe part of that I can go
Yeah,
with,
well.
but the other part I can't.
Well, okay, we got talent.
There you go.
Yeah.
How did you get discovered? How did the whole television thing get going? Because if it weren't for the television thing, you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't know
Yeah.
about you, nothing.
Well, I met this lovely lady named Jolene, and she was younger than me, obviously, and a lot more good-looking. And when I met her, I wanted to get her into what I was doing, and I asked her if she would like me to build her a car, or what kind of car would she like. And I said, you find out what kind of car you like, and I'll build it for you. And she kind of like, okay, yeah. So she come back to me with Ralph Lauren's Bugatti, the $40 million Bugatti. So I made it for her.
Good choice, Jolene.
Very good choice.
So I've built the car. It's in its home. I did it within 4 or 5 months. I built the body, all that sort of stuff. I had a chassis sitting there. I've never finished it, but we're kind of working right now.
But we're car people. We never finish our
Yeah,
cars,
exactly.
really.
That's true.
But so I built her this car, this Bugatti, and I think it kind of, I don't know, kind of hit people's imaginations that, wow, someone that can do that and make it that quick. And I've built cars before that. I built the Green Goblin. It's a car that you sit in the front, the engine's in the back.
Yep.
It's kind of, when you're looking for somebody that can build something on social media, that's where they go nowadays to look for these people. they probably found me building Jolene's car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you fit their time frame of being able to do it quick.
Yeah.
For their production cycle. Cause
Well, they learned that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's like the production company said, can you build it? Can you do it in 35 days? I said, I cannot build a car in 35 days. Like, that's unrealistic. Like, it's really unrealistic. But in the end, we did. And I'm so proud of being able to say that I done that.
Yep.
We all know how long it takes to put mud on a car and to make something.
Sure.
I was pulling stuff out of my brain, putting it on metal, and filling it and painting it and having it done, and it was quite something else. Even though it made me mad, Chad, we did it.
Were you Bad Chad before? No.
I was quite bad as a young person.
Yeah.
Not proud of it, but I learned from it, right?
Yep.
You learn from it. And,
Yeah.
and like the old fella I bought my home from, he said, boy, you can change anytime you want to. And nobody can stop that. You're allowed to change anytime.
Because it's you.
Yeah, I've taken some thought and some reflection and changed my life for the good. I don't always have to be bad
Got a
all
little
the time.
help, huh?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of help.
Yeah, Jolene's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's nice to have someone in your life that can let you know what they want or what they need. To run around in a relationship with your head cut off and not have some person at your partner not tell you what they need and what they want
To
and what they
ground you.
expect.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Jolene was that person to be able to tell me exactly, don't treat me that way. I want to be treated like this. So I know that Jolene is my queen, or that's her name, Queen Jolene, and I treat her that way every day because I want Jolene. And you show the respect, and you know how it goes. You show it, and then you earn it, and then you get it back. Nothing is given, right?
So she was like from your part of the country.
Yes, 10
Yeah.
minutes away.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So
10
she
minutes.
didn't
So
have to
easy
make any
date
big
night.
adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a Bugatti.
In a Bugatti. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's going really well, the Bugatti thing. Like, I mean, we're doing videos on the veneer and the wood. We're doing videos on the interiors with ostrich. We're doing videos on how I'm putting it together. We did the frame on it. I sandblasted it. I filled it from head to toe and painted it. Well, a lot of people didn't know that you would put fill on a frame, but basically, if you want it smooth and shiny,
That's what you gotta do.
That's
What
what's
you
got to
gotta do.
happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your home near the shop, or is it all one big property? Or
Our home is 2 minutes from the shop. We just walk out the door, go to the shop in the back of the yard, and then
Nice.
we go
So
to
it's
work.
all on property.
Our overhead is Jolene's phone bill.
That's perfect.
It is.
And the commute time costs you nothing.
We spend nothing on to get to work. We live where we work. Our phone bill, Jolene has made it. She's a production manager. She's the editor. She's everything.
She's the boss.
She's the boss. I just go in and do what I love to do, and she
Nice.
films it. And we're able to make a living. And I must tell people out there, there's a living in, being a, what do they call that? Internet.
Celeb.
YouTuber?
Yeah, there's money in that. There is.
That's good.
We get paid from Facebook and YouTube.
Very
so you
good.
get monetized, and they pay you. The more.
We're still trying to figure that out
We're working on
ourselves.
that.
Well, you know what? That's what Jolene could help you.
Jolene, well, does she have her own consulting company too?
No, but she has a business degree, do you not? A commerce degree and all that stuff. She's a smart lady, hell of a soccer player, basketball player, very talented, and twice as good looking.
We drink a lot.
Oh, well done.
Exactly. Well, those Canadians. Larry could tell you.
Yeah.
We like a drink now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, for sure.
Well,
That's how I got the name Green Goblin. I used to sell moonshine with green pop. And, yeah, you would turn into the Green Goblin by the time you had 4
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we're learning things here, and I'm sure that your viewers are too.
At your local grocery store today.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't from the grocery store.
Yeah, with your welding skills, I'm sure that you use that a time or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, it's a real honor and pleasure to see
Thank
you
you.
guys and meet you.
No worries.
And we hope to stay in touch.
All right.
All right, we'll do that. Bad Chad from Bad Chad Customs. Cool. How do people get a hold of you? You look up on YouTube?
Check us out on YouTube.
Bad Chad Customs?
Yes. And if building with Bad Chad, Or it's
What is
just
it?
Bad Chad now.
Bad Chad.
Bad Chad.
Gotcha.
Also, take what you like and throw away what you don't.
I got that.
There you go.
I got that.
Right?
But I was going to put it up on our Facebook page. It's Bad
Chad.
just Bad Chad. Okay.
I
There
guess
you
that
go.
works.
Brett, thank you.
No problem.
We really
Thanks for
appreciate
having me.
it.
You bet.
Yeah, and thank you, Larry Way, for bringing it. And Jolene,
Jolene,
thank
thank
you.
you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too. And you'll see her later on. She's over there filming. So.
Well, he's taking her shopping in the Galleria.
Is that what it
I
is?
think so.
No, Larry's going to have to dump him off over there. Yeah, don't go there. We've got other places for you to go. Thank you again.
Yep.
All right, time now to move on. I got a couple of stories making automotive news headlines this week, and I want to get to that right now, as a matter of fact. Police in Michigan.
Oh, no.
said yeah. Your home state.
Woohoo.
Police in Michigan said a group of more than 20 people broke into a vehicle holding lot last week, had a shootout with a security guard before making off with 13 vehicles, and led officers on a lengthy high-speed chase.
We used to call that Tuesdays.
Did you? I'll bet you did. One of the thieves died after crashing a 2022 Ford Mustang he had taken, according to TV station Fox 2 in Detroit. And students at Oakland University were told to shelter in place for 5 hours after police found another stolen vehicle abandoned on campus and assumed the suspects were still armed. It wasn't clear whether the lot where the vehicles were stolen was affiliated with a dealership or an auto auction. The vehicles taken were expensive, high-powered models from multiple brands.
Wow.
Police recovered 7 of the 13 vehicles, but had located only one suspect, aside from the Mustang driver who died. ABC 12 in Flint reported, they said, large-scale vehicle thefts have become increasingly common in the area, but this was the first incident involving gunfire.
Yeah,
that is very scary.
Pretty bold.
I'll say. But it's getting down to that.
Mm-hmm.
So guard your vehicles,
Yeah.
is all I can say.
Yep.
I mentioned this earlier when we were doing our recalls, but Tesla recalling more than 321 U.S. vehicles because taillights may intermittently fail to illuminate, according to the company. The news follows the company's recall on Friday of nearly 30,000 Model X cars in the U.S. over an issue that may cause the front passenger airbag to deploy incorrectly, which sent its shares down almost 3% to a near 2-year low. Texas-based Tesla said it will deploy an over-the-air update to correct the rear light issue and said it has no reports of any crashes or injuries related to the recall. And speaking of Tesla, the rout in Tesla shares is accelerating as a recall and signs of China's return to COVID-0 curbs add to a litany of investor concerns, with Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk focused on turning around Twitter.
What does that mean? Zero.
I guess that in China, if you have COVID, they lock you down.
Oh,
you can't
okay.
go anywhere.
Oh,
or do
yeah,
anything.
they arrest you and
pretty much
put you in your house jail, house arrest.
Whatever. Electric vehicle maker stock dropped 6.8% to $167 in New York Monday, the lowest since November of 2020. Trader anxiety was higher after a city near Beijing returned to lockdowns, putting both production and sales at risk. Tesla also initiated a recall of more than 300,000 cars due to faulty taillights. Tesla shares have lost nearly half of their value in less than 2 months as supply chain snarls mount, raw material costs soar, and potential buyers feel the squeeze of stubborn inflation and rising interest rates. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I just threw that in there.
I
That
know.
was an editorial comment. I didn't mean to
You're
offend
allowed.
anybody.
You're allowed.
Yes, I did. I want to apologize, by the way,
Why is that?
because I sound so bad.
Well, you've been ill. You've had
I've had
stuffiness, cold stuff going around.
Yeah, it's been so bad that I was pretty much off of my feet
Yeah.
for 3 days this
You
week.
did sound terrible when I talked to you.
And I missed some days of work. I mean, I never miss work.
Yep.
But it's been bad. I got up out of bed this morning thinking today's going to be a better day
Yeah.
because I get to play with the boys today.
There you go. And we're
So-
here to play. We're
exactly.
ready to go. This is really nice around here. We got a good spot again.
I know.
And
They've turned the air conditioning on. Have you noticed that?
Well, yeah.
I'm a bit chilled.
Are you? Look, you should put your jacket on.
I'm going to.
You want a blankie?
I did want to remind no, not right now, thank you. I did want to remind everybody that today here at Autorama, where we're coming to you from, Dave Kindig from Bitchin' Rides is going to be here. He's going to be signing autographs at the autograph stage from 1 to
Back
4
yonder.
today. Bad Chad was here yesterday. We just heard from. He was on the stage from 1 to 5. So I'm sure as soon as the doors open at 10 o'clock today that the lines will be big back at these.
Well, they got to get through us to get to them.
That's true.
Yeah,
they do.
Because the doors are right there.
Yeah. And if you're wondering where we are inside, because let's face it, George R. Brown is pretty big.
Huge.
If you're wondering where we are, we're right behind the Tremec.com booth, and you can tell by the gear shift knob.
Giant ball in the air.
It's the gear shift knob.
Yeah.
That rotates above the Tremec.
It's huge.
It is, and so it's an easy fix.
Yep.
I think we're between halls C and D.
Yep.
But you can't miss us. Right across the way, as usual, from Craig Bierman's Speed and Sport Chrome Plating and the Too Cool for School bus.
Too cool for school, and he's got 4 GTs in his booth, along with the chromed products that he has and awards for his shop.
He always manages to bring the electric lawnmower.
Yeah.
The chrome lawnmower.
Maytag lawnmower.
The Maytag
chrome lawnmower.
Bet you didn't know that Maytag actually did a lawnmower.
Well, he had it last year. I didn't know. Last year we knew that.
He's had that thing for years.
Yeah.
That was one of his big chrome plating jobs back in the day.
Mm-hmm. You won't see any lawn crews with that.
No,
lawn
I don't
crews
think
I
so.
see.
No.
They wouldn't have that.
It does have a plug on it, though. You have to plug it in. It's not a battery operated.
Oh, so it's like a Hoover.
Kind of. How was your ride, by the way? You need to do something with those headlights on your car.
It's time. So I'm waiting for Conrad to fix his ignition switch, and once he does that, then I'll get my lights fixed.
That's good. I think you need to put those two things together. Maybe y'all could help each other
I hope he's
out.
listening.
Are you kidding? He's out in California.
Yeah, well, it's early there.
It's
6:30, 7, 8, yeah.
All right. Well, it is time now for a quick break, and we'll return right after this, right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeart Radio. Stay with us.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting.
Hey, Houston! America's greatest hot rod tradition is back. Thanksgiving weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 action-packed days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, performance cars, and live music. Do not miss the Ultimate Lowrider Showcase, sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics, and the Traditional Rod Garage. Saturday only, it's the Tuner Galleria with 250 imports, JDM, and luxury cars, plus music and models. On the celebrity stage, presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration, meet Bad Chad and wife Jolene from Bad Chad Customs on Friday. Saturday, it's Dave Kindig from TV's Bitchin' Rides. Sunday, it's Danny Coker and Kevin Mack from TV's Counting Cars. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama this weekend at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts, part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com for more info.
The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In-Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In-Wheel Time Car Talk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.